This is a Game Caviar production.
Not having it in the Game Caviar studios, doing the thing on Blog Talk Radio. This is GC Radio. Welcome back to the program. Today, January 25th, 2014. This is what? Which one is this? Hold on. This is the fourth. Well, this is the fourth All Things Awesome show on GC Radio. Of course, last week I had the playoff edition. What is it? Which one was I talking about? Oh, I did the AFC Championship game between the Broncos and the Patriots, but that NFC Championship game was amazing, especially after the game. I'm sure if you follow sports or watch the news or anything, you probably know about Richard Sherman's post-game interview and how everybody overreacted over it because he was excited. You know, after these big games, the reporters run out there and they try to get interviews with coaches and players and everything. And he made a play that was it ended up helping another guy catch an interception, which secured the victory for Seattle. But he was guarding Michael Crabtree, wide receiver for the 49ers, and apparently they've had some sort of conflict, or not conflict, but a feud. I guess you could say conflict, feud / whatever. And it's been going on since before the season started, and during the game and all that. And Richard Sherman is a guy who is self-confident to the point of insanity. So what we have here is a guy that he was excited, and he wanted to he's just a bunch of excitement, and he spoke his mind, and everybody wanted to call him a thug and all this, and I respect Richard Sherman's skills, but I don't like the fact that he talks so much trash, because you're a good player, but at the same time, let your play, the way you play, speak for itself. You don't have to remind everybody because it's already known, but whatever, to each his own. People were going crazy over it. It was the whole, let me see if I can pull up the interview. I want to make sure that I get just the interview and not anything crazy. But what's crazy is that people were going off calling him a thug, calling him all this. Like, this guy is pretty smart. Like, he went to Stanford. He had good grades. He's like the anti-thug almost, And it's crazy that people would go that far to go, and it's just idiots on Twitter, and that's just what it is. When people get the opportunity to become anonymous on the internet, they grow balls the size of the universe. So it's like they're gonna say whatever they want to say, and that's it. And they don't know anything. They're just going off one incident. And I guarantee you that a lot of people that were talking trash on his Twitter weren't even football fans. So, and that's just the reality of social media in today's in modern day. That's just what it is. So, let me see if I can cue this up. See, I don't want it to be too loud. Let me see here.
Let me ask you the final play. Take me through it. Well, I'm the best one in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get. Don't you ever talk about me.
Who was talking about you?
Crabtree, don't you open your mouth about the bet? I'm going to shut it for you real quick. L.O.B.
All right, before. And.
So, basically, if you couldn't hear that, he was just saying, he's just self-proclaimed best corner in the game, and You know, if you talk trash about him, then he's gonna shut your mouth real quick. It's just normal trash talk that you hear in sports. Doesn't matter if it's football or basketball or sometimes baseball. You know, not to the same extent as other sports, especially wrestling. And that's all it was. So I didn't have a problem with it. Yeah, I understood the situation. I didn't. I know I most likely wouldn't have done it, but it is what it is. Do I think that he's some sort of unbelievable, uncontainable gangster or thug? No, he's a football player. Football is like one of the most trash talkingest sports in the history of sports. Anytime you watch a football game and you have the guys that are mic'd up and they play it back, that's it, man. I mean, they talk trash to each other. They talk trash to their own teammates. It's just a lot of. Yeah, well, anytime you put guys together in a competitive situation, it's going to be some sort of trash talking. And that's just what it is. Just because he said it in a microphone in front of a camera doesn't mean that after the game, he went and changed his clothes and then he went out and sold drugs and you had drive-by shootings. Don't judge a book by its cover. I don't agree with the way Richard Sherman talks trash, but I understand. I know him, not personally, but I know his history, and I know that he just likes to promote himself, basically. And he's a really good player. No, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's a bum or anything, or that his claims are unfounded. He's a really good corner, and he just likes to remind people of that. So there you have it. Anyway, I think I finally got the sounds. If you were listening to the show last time, I was telling you I had some sounds that I was going to add to the show. So let's see here. We have cheering now. It's pretty good, right? And let's see, what else do we have? We have, that's the startup. What is this? That's kind of low. Hold on. That is supposed to be a beer can opening, but it sounds like a shotgun. Every time I hear that, I'm like, that's a shotgun. That's not a beer can opening. Oh, is it going to play again? Like, some of these it's weird because, like, we have the cheering. That one was on the show last time. Then we have this one that I kept talking about with gunshots in the crowd. I still don't know when I would be able to use that, so, of course, we have definite gunfire. Oh, wait, no, that's the same thing. Oh, my goodness, that one is so loud, though. What's the difference? Oh, that's crazy. Got an RPG. Play that one again. Alright. And we have the small crowd. Which isn't bad. Just something to spice up the show and have some additions to it. For whatever reason. It happens. So tonight, sorry about that, I had to get up for a second. So tonight, there is some UFC fights going on. And UFC is something that I have gotten into recently, but I'm still learning about everything. And I know the prelims are on Fox Sports 1 right now. And let me see, is this going to be two of the top lightweights in the world take on Octagon? Tonight, UFC on Fox. So, is this isn't, I don't think this is a pay-per-view. Is it? This is UFC. This is Saturday, January 25th, live from Chicago, how to watch. I think this is just going to be on Fox Sports 1, which is awesome. Yeah, okay. So, wait, hold on. No, the prelims are on Fox Sports 1, but the actual bouts, including the main event, are going to be on Fox. So, what we have here is a pay-per-view quality event, which is going to be televised on local channels. Something that UFC has done before. It's really awesome. You got Henderson versus Thompson as the main card or the main event rather, and you just have like, I don't know all these guys, but to be honest with you, the UFC is very, very entertaining to watch. Anybody who is a fan of the UFC and knows, who's followed the UFC would know that it's really good to have two guys or girls get into that octagon and just go at it for 3 or 5 rounds or however many rounds there are. And the knockouts are amazing, and it's just a good time all around. So tonight, really good fighting, really good fight scheduled. Definitely something that I'm going to be checking out. Of course, UFC 169 is coming. It's going to be on February 1st. It looks like maybe is this one. Oh snap! Alistair Overeem is fighting. Is that Frank Mir? Huh? Wait. What's going on here? Yeah. Okay. So, so next weekend on the 1st, it's going to be the UFC 169 on pay-per-view. And, of course, the day after that is going to be a Super Bowl. So next weekend is going to be pretty awesome because you get UFC and then the Super Bowl, which will be live in New Jersey. Hopefully it's going to be on Sunday. But since the NFL is doing this thing where they chose a cold weather stadium all the way up in New Jersey for the Super Bowl to see how it would work. If the weather is bad, they have a contingency plan, which is to play the game on Monday. What that means for the future of Super Bowls in cold weather environments, I don't know. I don't know, man. I want to say, yeah, that would be cool to do that, but if you think about it, any team that makes it to the Super Bowl has already played in the heat and the cold. Just give them a nice warm environment so they can play, and then they can, the two teams can go at it, and the best team will win. If you add in other things, well, I guess, the cold is different. I don't, if they played in like Tampa Bay or Miami or something, it could rain, so I guess you could have that affect the game too, but I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game. I mean, it's the two top teams in the NFL, so definitely it's going to be a good game. You got the Broncos versus the Seahawks. Both went 13-3. Of course, you got Prime Manning, who's breaking every quarterback record ever in the history of the NFL. And you got Russell Wilson, who is an amazing quarterback, and of course, like I said, the whole Seattle defense is amazing. And Marshawn Lynch, and you got Golden Tate, who's really had a good career coming out of Notre Dame. So it's going to be really good. Of course, you got Julius Thomas, Demaryius Thomas, Wes Welker, Eric Decker for the Broncos, Noshawn Moreno. These teams are going to be pretty awesome because the Broncos have a really good offense. Their defense is good. They're not as dominant as Seattle's defense, but they really have stepped up. They played really good against the Patriots. And who else? Who else did they play before that? Did they play somebody? Who else did they play? I know they had a really good. Obviously, they're good enough because they got them in the Super Bowl. Having Peyton Manning on your team isn't a bad thing. Let's see here. Where's the playoff? I'm on NFL.com right now. I don't know. They don't have the bracket up here. They got the Pro Bowl though, definitely. Oh, the Pro Bowl is coming on tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. on NBC. While I'm looking up this info, let me talk a little bit about the Pro Bowl. The Pro Bowl this year they had a draft, and like Jerry Rice had a team, and then Deion Sanders had a team, and Deion Sanders said he's going to play in the game for some reason. So they, instead of the way it was before, is you have the AFC and you have the NFC. The best players, for the most part, the best players get voted into the Pro Bowl. Sometimes somebody gets voted into the Pro Bowl, and then for whatever reason they decide not to go, so they substitute another player in. So mostly the best players go, but it was always the AFC versus the NFC. This year they have all the players who got voted to the Pro Bowl in one pool, and then each, like Deion Sanders or Jerry Rice would pick a person, not dependent on their conference, and then that's how they would put their roster together. I really don't, and the NFL has set up some sort of rules changes for like time management and ball possession and how the clock will be managed. Like I think in the Pro Bowl, every quarter will have a 2-minute warning, which I don't understand, but whatever. What do they do in 2-minute warnings is they take more commercials, so it's another chance, or not two chances for them to show even more commercials as if they don't show enough. So whatever, man, whatever. You know, it's all craziness. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. In the divisional round. What? Oh, here we go. So, yeah. Well, I was going back to what I was saying before. The Broncos had definitely done enough. Their defense has done enough to get them to the Super Bowl. So they beat the Chargers. And then they went ahead and held the Patriots to 16 points at home in Denver. Both those games were at home. The Chargers. And, you know, the Chargers were the more surprising game because I know the Broncos should have won that game. I picked the Broncos to win, but the Chargers actually beat Denver in Denver at like near the end of the season. So they had a lot of confidence going into that game, and a lot of I just leave it at confidence. They had a lot of confidence, and why wouldn't they? You go to Denver and you beat Peyton Manning, who was breaking all these records and setting all these scoring records and running up to, you know, just being Peyton Manning, and then you go in there and you beat them convincingly. Of course, I picked the Broncos, like I said, but I was really worried that the Chargers were going to go in there and do it, and the Chargers had a great season. They went 9-7 and made it to the playoffs, and Phillip Rivers was playing amazingly. I like Phillip Rivers as a quarterback. I think he has he's very competitive, and he knows how to get the job done. So, well, I mean, you know, it's one of those, will the Broncos defense take it to the next level in order to stop the Seahawks? Because you got to look at it. Percy Harvin is going to be coming back off a concussion. They have Marshawn Lynch, prime Marshawn. They got who else? Baldwin. They have Golden Tate. They have enough offense to where they can put up a lot of points. And of course, Russell Wilson he can run, and he's just had a really good season so far. He has had some sort of dip in production as far as playoffs go, but that they really had needed. I mean, they beat the Saints 23-15, and then they beat the 49ers 23-17. So, yeah, he's done enough. Again, just like the Broncos defense has done enough, Russell Wilson and the whole Seahawks offense has done enough to get them to this point. So, I think that it's going to be a really good game. It's one of those unstoppable force meets an immovable object type deals. So, whichever team is going to be able to take it to that next level is going to prevail in this game. Of course, Peyton Manning he's going to be Peyton Manning. He's going to be Omaha and everything, and he'll pick apart that defense if they let him. So they need to come with something. And I don't know what they're going to do, so I can't wait. But before that, we have the Pro Bowl, right? Pro Bowl? Anybody want to watch the Pro? I'm telling you, I'll watch the Pro Bowl just to see if the changes are really going to be that great. Let's see, when is it going to be at? Like I said, oh, okay, yeah, I said it was going to be on NBC, so yeah. All right, whatever. Whatever. It's going to be pretty awesome. Let me give you guys a number real quick to call. What is it? 323-657-1400. That's 323-657-1400. Call me up. We can chat. And let me know if you're going to be watching the UFC fights tonight or the Pro Bowl. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be watching the Super Bowl, so that goes without saying. But this new Pro Bowl thing is pretty, it's pretty awesome. So, I need to see who is going to be watching the Pro Bowl. Who's going to be doing the old walking down this long and dark road with me? It could be awesome. It could be amazing, and it could absolutely suck. So let me know what you think. I'm just posting something to Facebook to let people know what the number is. And after I do that, I will move on to some video game news, which is going to be amazing. Yeah? Yeah? Alright. Here we go. This weekend, Infinity Ward, well, I should say Inferior Ward, the way this game has been playing recently. Infinity Ward is letting people earn double XP on Card Ghost. It is the ultimate Card Ghost double XP weekend, and I have already begun to do some things, prestige up. I don't like the way they prestige in that game now. I think it's crazy. It's definitely something that I'll just have to get used to it because I can't change it. So obviously I have to conform. Maybe I should just be a non-conformist and rebel. Anyway, double XP weekend for Card Ghost on all platforms, I believe. I know definitely on PS4, most likely on Xbox One. Xbox One is getting the new DLC with all the new maps and the new weapons that they have added to the game. What I don't get, and I've said this many times, is that they need to just go and have a Hall of Fame of maps. That way people can vote on it and they just add it into the game. Here's my wish list. It's a Hall of Fame of maps that people can vote on and they just continue through each game. And no explosives in hardcore mode. No stupid guy with a riot shield in hardcore mode. I want the hardcore to be more like the bare bones of Call of Duty, where they took away bare bones and completely disregarded it. I think, and it's like every time Infinity Ward does something, like they come out with a game, it's like that's their first Call of Duty game. And one thing that they need to be worried about is the fact that Respawn, the people who were responsible for not the very first Call of Duty, but Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, which is arguably the best newer version of Call of Duty release. They're coming out with Titanfall in March. And, you know, if Titanfall is this big, massive success, which is not because it's a PC and Xbox One exclusive, like they totally screwed that whole thing up. You know, you take the most popular console of the new generation and then you leave it out. So the game is not going to be as popular. So Call of Duty can breathe a little easier knowing that. But let's say for instance it wasn't an exclusive and it came out on both Xbox One and PS4. I mean, it's just the thought of having that, and people were already gonna support it because let's see, Call of Duty has been on a downward trend for a while. Call of Duty Ghost is not bad, but it's definitely, I would, you know, if they re-released Call of Duty 4 for next-gen systems, I would never play Ghost again. I would just go to Call of Duty 4 and just keep playing that because that was like the peak of Call of Duty, you know, and it's been on like a slippery slope all the way down. And what happens is, when you get these games that will start coming out or that have came out, one of these games are going to take the thunder away from Call of Duty. Titanfall could be it, and Battlefield has definitely been eating away at at Call of Duty. Yeah, Battlefield is a really good game. DICE has they have had issues with Battlefield 4, and what happened is what they do is they came out and they said, oh well, they're trying to fix it through updates, but it's definitely not a good start to their next gen history or career or whatever you want to call it. But like I said, when I played Battlefield 4, I beat the campaign. The game crashed like 7 or 8 times. I've never had a game crash that many times. I can't remember a time where a game literally crashed that many times on a console. On a PC, I can understand because you have so many parts in a PC. You know, maybe the video card would screw up, or the onboard sound, or maybe the game would cause the CPU to get too hot. But on a console that's working perfectly and everything is just there, you have a game that it's a console, so all you do is put the game in. Well, in this case, I just downloaded the game and you play it. And for it to crash so many times is ridiculous. But going back to Call of Duty, you have games that are going to come out, and one of those games are going to eat away at Call of Duty, and it's going to be, it may be Titanfall, maybe it'll be the next Homefront when it comes out, which I am like a big fan of Homefront. Maybe it'll be, I'm not going to say Battlefield because that's not coming out until next year. It's going to be something, and we know this. It's going to be something that's going to steal the thunder away from Call of Duty. It's been holding on by a thread, and I like what Infinity Ward has done with Ghost, but to be honest with you, it's not enough, and I don't think that they have it in them to support that game enough to make it so that it will redeem the Call of Duty franchise. And even if they do, next year they're going to have either Treyarch or some other company come over for Call of Duty, and then you're going to be starting from square one. The biggest issue with Call of Duty is that there are more than one company making Call of Duty games, so that it's two different sides of a coin, basically. You know that certain things are going to be consistent with each company, but those certain things are so drastically different between those games that it makes it hard for the title as a whole to stay consistent, knowing that you have two different companies that makes a similar game on the cover, but inside is totally different. I don't get that. And another thing, they have games, you literally have like a year in between. Even though Call of Duty comes out every year, since they have more than one company that makes them, the company has a full year to make their game, and it just doesn't, all that time that they have, and they never stand up and actually go and make something that keeps the game up at a high level or takes it to a higher level. It's just, here's the game. We know you're going to buy it. We're going to make billions of dollars off of it. We don't care how it is. And that's just it. So, whatever. And it's just a few changes. A few changes can make this game a whole lot better, but it's to be seen whether they're going to make those changes. I'm talking about Infinity Ward. Who knows what they're going to do? 323-657-1400. That's the number to call. Hit me up. We can chit-chat about whatever. This show is supposed to go for an hour, but if I don't have anybody call in, I'm probably going to cut it a little short because I am starving. Wow. So, the Tomb Raider, the definitive edition, has been released for next-gen console. Either has been released or is going to be released soon. And I'm reading the review on IGN, and they gave it a really good score, 9.1, which is good because the game was already good on the previous gen. I played it, and the storyline is amazing. But with the next gen coming out, and with it having with the graphic content, with the graphical upgrades, it had no choice. It looks like it really utilized the extra power, and this is on PS4. This is the review I'm looking for. Looking at, it looked like it really used that extra power to its advantage, and it paid off. So a 9.1. The only minus was listed was boring multiplayer, and I didn't like the multiplayer on the last one. It seemed really weird. It was really confusing, and it was laggy and buggy, and I was like, they might as well have not even had a multiplayer in the game, you know, because I think they just got on the whole, hey, everybody's putting multiplayer in their games, let's do it in this game too, and then that was it. So it was pretty bad, but a 9.1, that's really good. Yeah. Let's do a small crowd. Yeah. It was not bad. 9.1. Definitely, if you haven't played Tomb Raider on the last gen, or you just itching to play Tomb Raider again, I would definitely pick it up. So, let's see what else we have here. Of course, March is going to be a big day for PS4. A big month. I'm sorry, a big month for PS4 because the new Infamous game is coming out, and Infamous Second Son, which is going to be the next installment of the Infamous game that is so popular in PS3. And it's definitely going to be in the future. It looks like you're in a futuristic Seattle. So, what? I clicked on PS4, right? I'm trying to get it to where... Okay, so January 28th. So in 3 days, the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition is coming out. Infamous Second Son comes out on March 21st. And they released some good stuff. Some new videos. I think they released some new video recently. I know it just went up on the PlayStation Network for pre-order. And what I want to do for this gen is that I don't want to buy a game on disc anymore. I want to download all my games. I want to do that. So when they put up games for pre-order on PSN, it's really cool because all you do is you pay for the game. When it releases, it'll automatically download to your console. I noticed what it did for me. I don't know whether that's a PlayStation Plus thing or not, but nonetheless, it's pretty cool. Like when I bought Battlefield 4, it wasn't a pre-order, but I bought it through the official PlayStation app on my phone, and I told it to download to my system. When I got back, it already downloaded and installed. So I'm most likely going to do that for Infamous. Back in the day, I made a YouTube video where I proclaimed that Prototype was better than Infamous, and I was totally wrong about that. Well, I said that Prototype 2 was better than Infamous 2, and that was completely wrong. Prototype 2 was weird, and it sucked, but the first Prototype, and I was just talking about this at work the other day, the first Prototype was a game that literally could have been made into a motion picture, and it would have been very popular. That game was better than Infamous. I will stand by that. Prototype 1 was better than the first Infamous. I'll leave it at that. I don't make videos on YouTube that have more dislikes than likes, but that one, when I said Prototype 2 was better than Infamous 2, was definitely one of them. I laugh at it from time to time because I don't care. I mean, it's funny to me. Yeah, Infamous Second Son is what it's called. Coming out at the end of March. I will be picking that up. Hopefully by then, I will be able to use my HD PVR with my PlayStation 4 so I can make some videos, because that's what I used. What they did was they blocked it, and you know, I can't make videos now, so what I need them to do is update the system to remove that so I can buy like what's called a stripper to strip the protection off of it, but I'm not going to do that. I don't really care that much about it. You know, I just wait or whatever. I make PC games. One PC game that I made, that I won't be making videos of, is Mugen, or Mugen, however you pronounce it, I don't know. Basically, what Mugen is or Mugen or whatever. It's a 2D fighter similar to Street Fighter, but you can add characters from anywhere. It's completely open source and completely customizable. Really cool game. I played it for a while back when I first discovered it and went away from it, and now I'm getting back into it. It's free. All the characters are free, but the only thing is, like, you have to add the characters in a specific way so they show up on the character select screen in a proper position so that they're not over graphics or anything. It's really simple, and the fact that it's free is more of an incentive to get Mugen and download it and play it. You will have fun with it. I had tons of fun, and you have people that make any sort of thing. Like they had like the one that I had in the past had like RoboCop in it, and Peter from Family Guy. Somebody had one that had Tiger Woods in it, and it's just. Then they take characters like they had Ryu from Street Fighter Alpha somewhere, and one of the newer Ryus, and they made him into like some ultra evil Ryu, because they used to have evil Ryu which played just like Akuma, but they took him and they like super juiced his evilness. And then they had like Angel Ryu or Angel Ken. It's pretty cool. People are really smart out there, and you can see it when you have an open source game like this, and you give people the power to go and create anything that they want. They will, and the outcome, especially in this game, is really, really good. Another game that is going to be really, really good is the Order 1886, which is going to be coming out on PlayStation 4 this year. Can't wait for it. Can't wait for that game to come out. Yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of that, and it's going to be a whole lot. I will say that this game will be pretty cool. It has a really cool process, not process, but a really good, what am I thinking of here? It's a really good idea behind the game. I totally bailed on the word that I wanted to use, but to save us all some awkward silence, I want to go ahead and just say that the idea of the game is really cool. You're in 1886, but they had this steampunk theme to it, and you're with a crew, and then like your crew is like going around shooting stuff. It's a storyline, but it's really, I'm not going to get into it right now because I'll get way too excited on this game, and then you won't like me when I'm way too excited. Coming out 2014, probably at the end of 2014, doesn't matter. I'm getting it. I am getting it. Let's see, what else do we have here? I'm just clicking through games, man. Like I always talk about Tom Clancy's The Division. That's a really good game that's going to be coming out this year. Infamous Second Son is coming out in March, so that's really coming out. Let's see. What else? What else is coming out this year? Let's go to Xbox One. Let's give Xbox One some love here. Let's see what they have coming out. Thief is coming out on both consoles. I don't care about that. I want some straight up exclusives. I know you hear my dog in the background. He's ignorant. Let me talk about my dog real quick since he's so loud. That dog right there is a Dachshund, a wiener dog, a Dachshund. Okay, the long dog with the floppy ears that's really cute. What I didn't know about that dog is that they are unbelievably loud. Like their bark is so loud, and it's not a bad thing because let's say somebody's trying to break into the house, they hear a loud bark. It tends to scare them. You know, as long as they don't see the dog, they'll be fine. I mean, we'll be fine. But really cool dog. They have really good personalities. Another dog that I've been talking about all week because I just learned about it is a Rhodesian Raytown. Apparently these dogs come from Rhodesia, the country that's no longer called Rhodesia. Let me see. Rhodesian Ridgeback. And then apparently these dogs, according to crack.com, the article that I was reading, it was like these dogs used to hunt lions. So why they call it a ridgeback is that all their hair grows back like a normal dog, but there's a ridge down the center of their back that grows up because of all the crossbreeding and everything. Pretty awesome. So in the event that I'm able to afford another dog, I would definitely get a Rhodesian Ridgeback. One thing that I've learned about these dogs since learning of them is that you have to take them out to get them exercise, otherwise they'll tear up stuff in the house. Something that I don't have to worry about with my little wiener dog, because most of the time he just sleeps. He's a lazy dog. With a Rhodesian Ridgeback, you come home and like he'll be eating up your couch and everything, and then you'll have to go berserk, and I don't want to have to do that. So, you know, yeah, I don't want that to happen. So what did happen with the beer can shotgun? That's such a weird sound, man. Let's see. That doesn't sound like a beer can. That's a shotgun, man. That's somebody's about to get shot. Like if I'm a crook and I'm coming into somebody's house in the middle of the night and I hear this, I'm not gonna think that, okay, we're about to have beers, or we're about to have a couple cans of beer. I'm thinking that they got a shotgun. I'm about to die. Listen to this. That's crazy. I have no idea. I'm still searching for the perfect time to use that. I guess, talking about the Rhodesian Ridgeback eating up stuff that'd be a perfect time to do it, but I don't know. The dog looks pretty cool. I mean, the dog looks amazing. It looks like it's a fairly big dog. So let's see. Male Ridgeback should stand, wow, what is this? 63 centimeters? What is that? 25? I guess that's 20. What is this? What is this? They weigh about 85 pounds. Ooh. It's pretty heavy. Anyway, if you have a chance, look up Rhodesian Ridgebacks, because the dogs are pretty awesome. They're really smart. And definitely, oh yeah, Rhodesia is now known as Zimbabwe. That's why I came on here. I got sidetracked. Other names, African Lion Dog or African Lion Hound. Woo! That's crazy. According to Wikipedia, the Rhodesian Ridgeback is a dog breed developed in southern Africa. Its Yorn forebears can be traced to early pioneers of the Cape Colony in South Africa, who crossed their dogs with the semi-domesticated ridged hunting dogs of the Khoi. Did I read it right? Did I read that right? Maybe I read that right. Maybe I read that wrong. Let's see what that is. Let's see here. People. The Khoi, people or real people, or Khoi spelled Ko. Wow, this is crazy. I'm really stuttering through this. They're native people of southwestern Africa, so now I sound a lot smarter, don't I? No, maybe not. Anyway, Rhodesian Ridgebacks all day. 17 minutes left in the show. 323-657-1400. Well, 17 minutes is what it's slated for. I really don't have anything else to talk about today. And on the rare occasions where I get to wrap up early, I'm going to take this opportunity to go ahead and let everybody know that I really appreciate all of the listeners. I know I had that time where like some people were calling up and they couldn't get through. I think I pretty much got that figured out. So I want to thank everybody for listening to the show. Of course, it's GC Radio. I'm your host, Not Having It. I will see you next week. Same time, same channel, same place. Definitely, if you have an iTunes account, go to the Blog Talk Radio /game-caviar and click on the iTunes icon right there, almost in the middle of the screen, up there where the description of the channel is, and that will take you to the podcast that you can subscribe to on iTunes. Of course, it's free, and anytime that I do a show, if you miss it for whatever reason, shame on you, but it will show up on iTunes, and you can download it and listen to it as much as your little heart's desired. So again, this has been GC Radio, all things awesome, for January 25th, 2014. I'm your host, Not Having It, in the Game Caviar Studios, and I'm out.
This has been a Game Caviar production. Like this video and subscribe for more.